If you're gardening on the coast, you know the struggle. Salt spray, sandy soil, and winds that never stop. But today, I'm showing you my 5 garden heroes, the plants that don't just survive out here, they actually thrive. First up, a plant that was born for this, the Japanese anemone, and its common name that says it all, the windflower. Look at these slender stems. They don't just fight the wind. They're thin and flexible, so they just dance with it. They never snap. It's a perfect example of working with the elements, not against them. And much of the work happens underground. Vigorous rhizomes that spread and multiply. So this beauty returns year after year with almost no effort from me. My second plant is right out at the front of my garden, taking the Atlantic head on. This is our native corn marigold. Like the windflower, its secret is flexibility. But it's also a native, which means it's perfectly adapted to our soil and climate. It's a key part of my rewilding plan, and it's just plain tough. Now this plant is an annual, and it's actually classified as near threatened. So growing it here, it's not just beautiful, it's conservation in action. You'll often find it now in Irish native wildflower seed mixes. Number 3. Okay, so some plants dance with the wind, but this one knows how to duck. This is the wall daisy or Erigeron. It's what's called mound forming, and that is exactly its superpower. The wind just skims right over the top. It's happy in sandy soil, doesn't mind salt spray, and it covers the ground in these beautiful little flowers for months on end. One of the longest blooming seasons in the garden. Perfect, low maintenance survivor. You can't have a coastal garden without an anchor. This is New Zealand Flax. These leaves are the opposite of the windflower. They're long, blade-like and tough, leathery, fibrous, designed to take a beating without shredding. It gives the garden structure and a bold backdrop, and they come in a range of colours. Vibrant pink, olive green, bronze, yellow, brown. Some are variegated or striped. Some of these leaves can reach a couple of meters long. But my number 5 hero is the one that really shocked me. This is Cuphea ignea, the Mexican cigar plant. Now, if you grow this in land, it can get 2 or 3 times as tall. The first year I planted it here, I honestly thought I'd killed it, and it comes back every year. Look at what's happened. The wind has forced it to change its habits. It's not tall and leggy. It's become this dense, ground-hogging spreader, and it's absolutely covered in flowers. This is the real secret of coastal gardening. The wind itself becomes your pruner. It forces the plants to be tougher, denser, and honestly, I think they look better for it. So, as you can see, there is a pattern. The plants that survive here are either flexible, they dance with the wind like the windflower or corn marigold. Low, they duck under it like the wall daisy. Tough, they defend against it like the flax. Or they adapt like the Cuphea and let the wind reshape them into something stronger. The secret to coastal gardening isn't just what you plant, it's understanding how it's going to survive. What are the heroes in your garden? Let me know the toughest plant you've got in the comments below. And if you're battling coastal winds too, subscribe. I'm documenting everything I learn out here on this wild Irish hillside.